Today, we're going to be looking at the top 11 things that need to come to Fortnite Chapter 3, Season 3. Let's get right into it. Now, for the first one, we have a no-build FNCS. As you all know, no-build Fortnite got added into the game this season, and it brought back so much hype, so many streamers, and overall, so much stuff to Fortnite. It made it feel like an entirely new version of the game itself. Now, obviously, Fortnite has made this a permanent game mode, and we will always have no build in Fortnite as long as they don't change their minds on that, which hopefully they don't, because it is so much fun. Now, with the no build mode, bringing back so many people to Fortnite, getting so much revenue for the game, it is only right that Fortnite should make a competitive scene for this no build style. Now, FNCS is the ultimate final goal for no build. If you guys actually remember, at World Cup 2019, I believe it was, there was actually a creative World Cup. So if a creative mode game can get a World Cup like $20 million prize pool, then no build Fortnite should 100% be able to get its own FNCS and more competitive tournaments throughout the rest of Chapter 3 Season 3, as overall it's an extremely fun game mode to play, and it brings in a lot of hype and a lot of viewers. Now, for the second thing on this list, we have new shotguns and how they work. Now, obviously, throughout this season, we've gotten a few new shotguns, from the long-range shotgun to the entire rework on how shotguns work entirely with much less headshot damage. There's a lot of changes that have been put into them. Now, in the new season, I want to see a shotgun that is extremely hard to get, but will still allow for that crisp and clean feeling one-shot damage. I want basically a mythic shotgun that will do 220 to the head, so that it feels like that original pump in the game, so that one pumping has not been removed entirely. Overall, I think that one pumping is an amazing aspect to Fortnite, because even if you're down really low in a fight, it feels like you're gonna lose it all, you can still turn the corner and hit a nasty headshot, doing all of their health in one shot and winning the fight. I think it's really fun, and I honestly really like the idea of being able to get that one kill with one shot. So overall, I'm hoping that they add in a mythic shotgun next season that allows for a one-shot damage. Now, the third thing that we have on this list is red dot sights for any guns and really just weapon mods overall. As we have seen from the MK7 and the Burst AR with the red dot sight in this season, they are so much fun to use. I absolutely love using the MK7. I love the Burst AR red dot. I will always pick up these two ARs over literally anything else. They are just a blast to use because I love the 100% accuracy. It has added in an entirely new aspect to the game that we have never seen before, that allows you to play knowing that it's not the luck of the bloom, but rather the skill about getting that red dot onto your opponent and making sure that you laser them down. These guns are extra fun in no-build game modes because people can't build against them, so you just get to laser people while they're running across open fields, and it adds another layer of skill to the no-build game mode and Fortnite overall. So I'm hoping that we get customizable red dot sights for all guns, so that we can have this experience not only on these ARs, but also with things like shotguns and SMGs. I think that it would be really, really fun to use overall. Now, coming in at number 4, I want to see some major map changes. No, I don't want some random stuff where we're just rebuilding from all the war efforts. I want to see some real changes. Now, as you guys may remember, in Chapter 1, Season 8, we got a major destruction of Tilted Towers, just like we did this season. But in Chapter 1, Season 9, we instantly jumped into a season where Neo Tilted was fully constructed, and we had everything new on the map. Now, what I'm hoping for is that next season, it's not just the rebuilding of all these POIs that have been destroyed, but rather we fast forward in time and all of these POIs have been fixed, and that way we don't get the lull of the boring time period while everything's being rebuilt. Rather, we get it when it's all completed and all finished, and we're able to see everything done and play with some really cool new POIs. Now, coming in at number 5, we have a new challenges system. Now, as many of you guys probably know, challenges this season can get a little bit tedious at times, at least in my opinion. I don't personally love the way that the resistance challenges work. I think that they just kind of get really boring with having to go to a device uplink and then go back out onto the map and then try and do more stuff. I think it gets kind of boring. So personally, I'm hoping that we get a new way that the challenges are actually structured. I'm honestly not even sure what I really want, but I kind of just want them to improve upon the system that they have. Because while it's cool that we get some of the lore through these challenges, I would honestly much rather have it be something more fun and more interactive than just going back to these little beacons, getting a quest, doing something random, and then going back to another one. It gets really, really tedious and repetitive, so I'm hoping for something a little bit new. Now, coming in at number 6, this one is a bit of an interesting one, a great live event. Now, at the end of Chapter 3, Season 2, of course, it is guaranteed that we are going to be getting a live event between the 7 and the IO. It's going to be incorporating the giant Doomsday device that's in the middle of the map, but what I'm looking for here is something that will outclass the live events that have come before it. If you don't know, this season's live event is actually standing on the shoulders of giants. If you haven't been paying attention to the lore, this live event is basically a sequel to the Chapter 1 Season 9, Chapter 1 Season X, and Chapter 2 Season 2 live events. All of those being some of the best live events that we have ever seen. So hopefully this season's live event is just as good as those ones were, and hopefully it'll be an amazing event that will leave us stunned for weeks to come. For our 7th one, we have a top tier battle pass, excluding Darth Vader, who will most likely be our tier 100 skin next season. For those who don't know, we've kind of gotten leaks that Darth Vader is going to be coming in next season's battle pass, and honestly, I think that'll be really cool. I think he's a super great character in the Star Wars universe. I think he's a super great character in any universe, specifically the Fortnite one. But I don't want the rest of the battle pass to all just be mid-tier and Darth Vader is the only good skin. I want Fortnite to put in some amazing skins, some things that look absolutely out of this world, that are not crossovers, but rather are just really cool skins that they come up with themselves that I'm just hoping look really, really cool. Now, for our 8th thing that I'm looking for in Chapter 3, Season 3, this is actually an interesting one because it is a non-crossover, quote-unquote, secret skin. For those who don't know, secret skins have been in the game all the way back since Chapter 1, Season 4. And in Chapter 1, Season 4, we got a person known as the Visitor. Now, obviously, the Visitor is very large because he introduced to us who the 7 actually were. Now, the Visitor was the secret skin of that season, only getting released in Week 7 of the Chapter 1, Season 4 season. Now, this skin obviously has tied back to the lore. It has been a major thing that has been all throughout the lore of Fortnite and has existed in literally every single season because the 7 are the overarching lore behind Fortnite. And then alongside that, in the next season, we got the secret skin of the Enforcers, the Agents of the IO, and then we got more and more lore-related skins that also looked really, really cool. So personally, I'm hoping that we get something that is lore-related or just looks really, really cool that Fortnite makes themselves instead of it being some random crossover skin. I'm not saying I don't like the Prowler skin. I honestly really love that skin, but I would much rather have it be something that we know and love and something that we have seen before or is related to lore that we haven't seen in the Fortnite universe. Now, for the 9th thing that I want to see next season, this is the return of Spider-Man gauntlets. Now, obviously, it would be really difficult for Epic to actually make these things return as the Spider-Man gauntlets, solely due to the fact that there's so much licensing and agreements between Marvel and Epic that would need to go down in order for this to actually happen. But if they were to do it by changing it up a little bit and turning it into a grappler gauntlet, where it was a Fortnite grappler instead of a Spider-Man web slinger, I feel like they could kind of get around that. I'm not sure how much that would infringe on copyright and all that legal stuff. Well, I think that would be a really cool way to bring back one of the best mobility items ever added in Fortnite next season, solely just by changing up a little bit of how they look. for the 10th thing that we have on this list and our penultimate thing, this is vaulting tanks. Personally, I very strongly dislike tanks. I think they're really annoying to play against. They're very difficult to defeat, and even with the ability to disable their engine, it's just way too difficult to beat them. They have 2,500 health. They can deal 120 damage with a direct hit to the player. They have thermal vision. They can drive through any structure or building, and if all of that somehow fails, there's still a turret on top of them for you to shoot at people. So these things are honestly just really overpowered in my opinion. I would like them gone for next season, especially since they go with the war theme, and the war's ending, so let's move on to something else. Now for our 11th and final one. This one is a little bit just for myself. I want a larger fishing decks. For those who don't know, I have always loved the fishing decks over on my own YouTube channel, Gummy Yoshi. But basically, that's irrelevant. I just really want a system that Fortnite can continue to expand that allows players to just farm away, fish away, have some fun when not playing the Battle Royale version of the game mode, and still be able to collect out the fishing decks and fill out the entirety of that book. Because for those who don't know, every season since it's been released, the fishing decks has been getting smaller. So honestly, I'm hoping for a little bit of a change in direction next season, and hopefully, just hopefully, it gets a little bit bigger. Well, for now, those are the top 11 things that I want to see come in a Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 3. If you guys actually did enjoy this video, then make sure to leave a like on it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.